Good morning, um, good evening, good afternoon, folks. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to today's edition. Welcome to the show. Um, we have a lot to discuss today. Welcome and welcome. Let's share the show as you join. Please let us know where you're joining us from. Let us know, please, where you're joining us from. Please. Um, let's share the show in a minute while you're letting us know where you're joining us from. As we're with the folks from Liberia to get some signal from them this morning, this afternoon, this evening. Let's share the show, please, folks. We have a lot to unpack today, a lot to uncover. But let's make our duty, our responsibility to share the show. Let us know where you're joining us from. As we're with the folks from Liberia, to join us here, we promise you that we will do the right things. Let's share the show, please. Let's share the show. It's imperative that we share the show. It's very important. It's critical. Let's share the show. Let us know where you're joining us from as we get the folks from Liberia. Let's see.
To bring you the program,
Our men.
SKTV. So if you're there, don't do that, touch it out. Just get it set to Truth FM.
No, but what kind of music you play again? You always on someone and shilling again. What's going on, brother? Nobody can hear me?
Indeed, I'm getting you. Steve, if you're getting me, then we can start the ball rolling. But I'm getting you live and clear.
100%. I'm also getting you here live and clear. Let us know where you are watching us from, please, as you join us. Those of you who are watching from distance, those of you who feel shy, embarrassed, confused, intimidated, so you're watching from afar, we say thank you for watching. You're doing yourself a service, not a disservice from watching. It's your choice. And we respect your choice to want to watch the show from distance. That's fine. Some of you, your heart will call later on, you will comment. Yeah. Yeah, some of you will bring yourself later on, but we'll not get a problem with you. You'll bring yourself later on. We ain't got issue with you. We will bring yourself, you'll bring yourself later on. But let's share the show, folks. A lot to talk about. Quickly, we'll run quick. Just let's do our normal greetings really quick. Then we get into Milburn to give her updates from Liberia. We'll get into other news here. We'll get to the musical break, and then we will get straight into the conversation as we're with Sekou that would join us at some point during this program. Folks, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to today's edition. This is SKTV. Today is Saturday, July 22nd, 2023. The time stamp here is 11 a.m. And I mean, we have a beautiful, nice weather, sunny. I've had lots of friends and family members who reached out to me and said it's been a rainy, wet weekend. It started all through the week, and it has transcended and extended through the weekend. Anyway, we say stay safe out there in Monrovia, in every part of the country. Please still stay safe. Stay safe, please. Take care of yourselves. Stay out of trouble. We want to greet those of you who are listening to us via the radio, Truth FM 96.1, somewhere in Dupont Road. We want to say Good afternoon to you. Good evening. Good night. Happy weekend to you. Those of you who are prepping up your foods and other things for tomorrow, Sunday, because you got to get up early to cook before you go to service. We say that is a traditional uh, regimen that we normally do in Liberia. It's not strange. You prep the food. Some of you even cook the food halfway and you just leave it for in the morning. Then you just do the finishing touches. We already know what time it is. So tomorrow, Sunday, those of you who will be eating Google food, say thank you. Once you get to the service, pray for us, keep us in prayers, keep our country in prayers. We say thank you so much for all you do. Our papa, our Omane who watching or who listening to us on the radio, from all the way in there in the rural area, we say welcome to today's edition. Welcome to the show. Let's share the show, folks. Please help us. Invite someone, tag someone, bring someone on. Let's share the show. Let's have a conversation here today. As always, the Liberian people we believe are the most important people on earth. We still believe that the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth, regardless of some of the challenges, some of the differences we face with them at some point, at some stages in our lives. We still believe they are the most important people. They're the most beautiful women on earth. So, Lubon, we want to turn it out to you here really quick um, for a brief. While you are doing that, let me make sure I turn off this thing here really quick. I'm listening to you. It's up to Melbourne, folks, and when we get back, we'll get quick to other news. Melbourne will start the other news and update us in Liberia really quick.
Okay, so thank you so much, Steve. And let me say thanks to all of you, our followers, especially for those of you who are always burning your data to make sure that you follow us live on the SKTV page. Let me say good evening to all of you. The time check here in Liberia is 30 minutes past 6, and today is Saturday, is the 22nd day in the 7th month, which of course is July. First of all, let me say thanks one more to all of you who been there for me and throughout and the father. Let me say thanks to all of you. At least we now get through with that. So thank you so much for job well done. All of you, let me say thanks to all of you. Here is my hand. I know you can see my hand. So thanks to all of you for a job well done. So moving forward, yes, we have about 80 more days to go. 80 more days to go into our election. Liberia, Liberia is going good when it comes to our political activities. You know, every weekend, especially by this time, everybody go for a break. So most of our politicians right now they are on their little break trying to put their little house in order. But we are moving good. We are all good here in Liberia. And when it comes to the weather, yes, it been raining for almost 2 to 3 days now. Since this morning, the rain been falling up to now. The rain stay between. Sometimes it rests more. After a few minutes, it starts again. So there where we are already into the rainy season. So we already used to that. So whether rainfall or not, we gotta move about on our normal business or go about doing to do our normal thing. So when it comes to politics, yes, Liberia is going good. Uh, Politicians are all gearing up. Yesterday, National Election Commission they have a meeting yesterday with independent aspirants, especially those who wanting to take position in Liberia or who want to take part into our election process. They were seen yesterday at the ministerial complex alongside with some executive or some members of the National Election Commissions. So yesterday they were having a fun time yesterday. They discussed good about the Farmington Peace Accord, which of course talk about how to go about with the electoral process, how to campaign, how to be safer in this process, not to create any form of violence. So yesterday was really, really a great day for all of our independence candidates. So I want to say thank you to all of them. Yesterday they turned out good in their numbers. And yes, so another thing is next Wednesday, Liberia will be turning 176, and the chief zoo or Zandakawa has been selected as the speaker for the occasion on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we'll be seeing the chief zoo Zandakawa. We'll be speaking to Liberians On Wednesday, maybe we'll be talking about peace. We don't know, but I guess most of his talk will be surrounding around peace, about our election process and what will be happening and how to go about with our electoral process and so on. So these are happening in Liberia. So Wednesday, Liberia will be turning 176, and we are all gearing up for celebration. There are a lot of Liberians who have now started with their own celebration. So Liberia will be turning 176 on Wednesday, and the chief of Zoo, Zanzaka, will be the speaker for that day. So we say thanks again to all of you there for following us, and please don't forget that we 18 more days to go into our election process. I want to say thanks to all Liberians for keeping the peace. Continue to do your best. The Kennedy, or the former vice president, left since yesterday for the United States, which of course that news already been around, and he left already for for a few things, according to the press release that been out, that he left for for his granddaughter program. So these are news that taking place in Liberia, and then these are happening. Everybody are now gearing up. People are putting their, especially politicians, are putting their horses in order. They are putting all their political governments in places to make sure that they campaign, because the campaign starts August 5th. So August 5th, campaign going to start. So for those of you there, if you don't know when campaign going to start, campaign will be starting August 5th and be ending October 8th, 2023. So I want to say thanks to all of you, Steve. So far, so good. These are happening in Liberia.
So far, so good. These are happening in Liberia. Newborn, thank you so much for the update. Thank you to our viewers and our listeners. Thank you for continuously following, supporting, and engaging with SKTV at all times, even in disagreements. You are here. And the good thing about it is our viewer consists of um, different age groups, genders, different religious backgrounds, um, different political views, parties, So we're grateful to you. Most times we don't, you might feel that we don't acknowledge you, but we appreciate you. God first, you have uh, you have helped us keep on going on a weekly, daily basis. Many of you have reached out during the week as to why we did not come on Tuesday and on Wednesday or whatever not. We are here. We are committed to doing this. But sometimes we're also human beings too. We gotta, uh,
Uh, so now we got to rest.
yeah, we gotta rest sometimes, and sometimes we have other things to do. But really quick here to bring you up to speed as to where we are for the weekend. To do a quick recap before we get into the conversation. You know, um, this week has been long. As you are already aware, Zanzan Kawa has been named as the orator for this year. As much as it sounds funny and jokingly, it sounds funny and joking. It is. I'll wait first to hear Zanzan Kawa's speech, to hear his message, not necessarily the English or so forth. Um, but I think I'm still wondering, as to why Zanzan Kawa and why this time. But again, Zanzan Kawa Liberia, he's a traditional leader. He has the right to be an orator. Um, Another thing that was fascinating for this week is, we started off the week with Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence being expelled from the Liberty Party, and Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence fired back with a response. Um, as always, as part of the record, all of you know, Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence blatantly, defiantly, and disrespectfully dishonored the rulings of the Supreme Court. I'm not talking about what they got going on, but I'm focusing more on the rulings of the Supreme Court. And what's interesting is I found surrogates from the Unity Party, some people who are in the leadership of the Unity Party, openly supporting it, openly making it look like there is a justification, it's justifiable, and the woman is treated unfairly. And I find it very interesting. I find it very interesting. But we'll revisit our subject. Another thing that caught my attention during the week also, another thing that caught my attention during the week also is the fact that amidst everything that is going on, Prince Johnson had a quick press conference where he complained about the 9 million that is owed the people of Lima, and he made a brief rant, um, but there's a reason behind it. It's strategic. We briefly talk about it. There are a lot of moving parts. Another thing that's very interesting is the conversation with Benin and Yuri. I thought it was very telling and very revealing. As many of you would be aware, we said on this show, if you can remember, that Luto Tape did a transaction in on the East Coast when he was here. We talk about that. We talk about it briefly. We are informed that that transaction has to do with the money that Ben and Yuri spoke about. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. The pieces are coming together. Things are coming together. It would make more sense. And like I said in one of my posts before on my Facebook page, that the picture is getting clearer. This morning I tried to remind some of my brothers from the Unity Party, the opposition camp. Briefly, I just posted some of the things that we captured during the month of June, and we got insulted for them, we got disrespected for them. And let me remind the public, on June 19th, one day before World Refugee Day, June 20th. And the way I know World Refugee Day is because I lived on refugee camp before. I didn't live on refugee camp on my own. I didn't take myself from Labrador to go there. So I'm saying these things because when I hear some people come on the radio, call in and say, and you're telling more from in our politics, and you're not like, and you're in America that you're enjoying, I just look at them for long, I just laugh. Do you know what some of us had to do? Do you know what kind of struggle we had to eat? You struggling? You really think you're struggling? You supposed to be struggling and get meaning on your phone to call on radio and talk fully now confident? You're supposed to be struggling and do that? You're not struggling. You just decided to enslave yourself willingly and willfully. That's it. So I live on refugee camp. So I know what June 20th is. Some of you in Labrador don't even know what June 20th is. You don't. So when we're talking out of passion. We're talking out of survivability. When we survived, do you know what we had to experience, some of us? And when we are talking to prevent, abort, and avert some of these things that could potentially lead other younger people into refugee camps, some of you come here, you won't make it about Unity Party, you won't make it about Joseph Boakai. You think I can on Facebook to suck up? That's not my intention. You know what I mean? To leave your country and go to another country to learn that language, learn the culture, live there. Do you know what that means? To the extent that some people had no power, no man. Do you know how much people suffer on refugee camps? Some of them die there. And when we are discussing serious things, I sort of move the country, you can't tell me, say, oh, you're too emotional. Oh, you the discourse, and you're supposed to do like that. You crazy. That means you're supposed to tell how to discuss the issue. You can't tell me how to discuss the issue because you have never been in my shoes. You have never experienced some of these things. So when we're talking, go find seat, sit down. If you want
support, did I even know what Charles Studio did, during those days? So they're talking, we don't look at them and just smile.
Funny thing. You think I won't be in America? You think I wanted to be here? I didn't want to be here. I wanted to be in my country too. You think I wanted to be in Guinea? You think I wanted to be in Ivory Coast? You think I wanted to be in Senegal or other places? You really think so? People discussing serious things to prevent some of these fully things. We're telling you ahead of time. And fully put them caught tough fully when you're talking to the other one, kind of very funny thing. But I get to the issue. I reminded you on June 19th. I said there will be revelations, there will be noise, there will be drama, and there will be betrayal. And I know exactly what I'm talking. I know exactly where I speak from. I know exactly what I'm talking. I know. I didn't go lay down and sleep and wake up in the morning and I ate my God before I got right. I stand by what I write. I don't delete it. I don't take it down. Only one post I ever took down in my entire life on Facebook. And it had to take my mind to make me to take that post down. I don't take no post down. I stand by what I say. You won't go to court. You won't go to medicine. You won't go wherever. That is your business. I don't care. But all I'm saying is, we told y'all that the real political, and I said on June 19th, if you want my page there, Moses, I don't have behind what I say. Moses, on my Facebook page. It will not change. I will continue to say to the election. I will continue to tell you what will happen before it happens. Whether you understand the code I'm giving or not, your business, I don't care. So we went as far as telling that there will be noise. But just before June 19, on June 8th, I wrote an interesting and serious post, very serious post, and I meant what I said. This is what I said. The picture is getting clearer and bigger daily. The noise and drama Unity Party and rescue team set themselves up for will not end good for them. Watch and see. And I'm saying it again. The noise and drama that Unity Party, Joseph Yuma Boakai, the so-called rescue team set themselves up for, it will end in cheer. Wow. And we here. You might keep this recording. The scene where I told Stanley Witherspoon that they were on his back. Few months later, they made an official indicted criminal. I'm saying it today. Unity Party story will end in jail. Wow. Those of you who are passing around disrespecting people who support Joseph Human Barker and Unity Party, put your lives together. Relax yourself. You will get funny face in a time. You will be funny. You will be so funny to the point that some of you, you will not even know how to build back some of the relationships you are breaking today. They think we're in chair and wow. Let's watch and see. Anyway, let's get to the musical break. Right after that, we'll get into the show. The show, yeah. Those of you who not leave your boyfriend there in the support of Unity Party, go back. Go back.
Yeah. There's some decisions when you
disrespecting people for the Unity Party, Benin, Joseph Parker, Benin. Go back and make friends, renew your relationships. Yeah. Me and I get your warning. And I get your warning behind the whole talking nationally. I stand by what I said. I will not change what I said unless the circumstances change. If you make plan with people, you black people, you disrespected people, you deleted people, you cursed people, you leave your boyfriend, and some of you who went and put your house, your property, your other thing in pawn for United Party, go take it. Go take it from there. You're not taking it from there, you on your own. They think we're in wow and shit. Watch and see. Let us get to the musical break quick. Nobody's stupid here. We'll be right back, folks. Don't you dare change the dial because we have a lot to talk about.
Lump. Find a friend like me. If you not want betrayal, find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. Find a friend like me. If you not want betrayal, find a friend like me. Bombe oh, find a friend like me. Bombe jene oh, find a friend like me. Bombe, find a friend like me. A friend like me. Hey, see bestie. Your bestie not sweet like my bestie. Your bestie da la bestie. Find a friend like me. I say, see bestie. Bestie wanting to wealthy. Find a bestie, not sweet like my bestie. The bestie, la bestie. Find a friend like me.
I say, see bestie, wanting to happy. Find a friend like me. Okoro. They won't step on my blessing, but God get it breaking.
As you speak, Bob Ben, in person of Ben and you from the ALP is looking for a new friend because all your friends are getting Huawei. Nobody's too bad.
And what about Steve? Bob Barnes story change.
I told you Bob Ben matters. We said it on the show. In the meantime, before we get into the program, I know some of you are passing the right. Oh, the whole show will be about Joseph Yuma Boakai. Yes. We're trying to save you before you die in your foolishness, before you suffer in your foolishness. We're trying to prevent it and abort it. Don't waste your time behind the whole Joseph Boakai thing. That fiasco, that blah, that fear, we're not going nowhere. Don't waste your time behind it. And yeah, if you're on the radio, you're listening. Don't waste your time behind it. Put your life together. Put yourself together. Pull yourself together. That public service announcement. That thing not going nowhere. That scam. The whole scam. The whole thing was just in change. Wow. Simple. We're not here for that. We move. Anyways, folks, we would like to look into what the future will look like for Liberia and Liberians. And the truth of the matter is, this future has everything to do with the decisions you make come October 10th. Simple put. This is the simplest way we can say it to you. And let me tell you, let me just be honest. I'm not here to appeal to your emotion. I'm not here to beg you. I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to mesmerize you, make you feel good. I don't feel good. I'm here to tell you straight. You accept it. You not accept it. What do you concern me? When the time comes, I will come out on the scene show and I will be chilling like I'm chilling today because we told you way in from there. Way back. It's sweet for Belen and you. It's sweet for Telia you. It's sweet for Costa. We told you on the show that Joseph Yuma Boakai was a smooth crook. I said it. I stand by it. I will not change it. If you say I'm disrespectful at your business, you say I'm rude at your business. What thing concern me with your opinion about me? What thing in I want to make me vex? Can make me vex? It will never make me vex. Because Joseph Boakai is proving us right. United Party is proving us right. And on a daily basis, the thing we say on the show, those things come to pass. So why your opinion don't matter? Your opinion don't matter to me. It doesn't really matter. I don't care. After the show, guess what I'm going to do? I'm having a meeting today, a big meeting with the Liberia Association in Arizona for the July 26th, and we'll celebrate bigly. Yes. If you're a United Party partisan, because I say Joseph Boakai is a smooth crook, you don't want to come to the event, bon voyage, we'll still celebrate July 26th. What is supposed to concern me? We are telling you to save you from yourselves. We are telling you ahead of time. The same way how we told you, President George, we are, it's not good. The country is zero balance. Anything that has to just do with Joseph Boakai, George, we are run away from it. We told you. You're not listening. You're not listening to us. You refuse to listen to us because you decided that you will become an experiment of the experience. What does that mean? It simply means the time you say you don't get sit down. When you have unprotected sex, you will get pregnant. You say your man, I know what you're talking. Your man are old school, your father old school. Your friend who you used to want to get up pregnant. They say don't go big having unprotected. You say, oh, let live our life, man. You're feeling living your life. You want to get out there. July 20 say you go over Chile, you go out unprotected sex, you get pregnant. So that means you are becoming an experiment of the experience. Who told you that everything in life that other people experience, you got to experience? Sometimes you got to sit down and listen to advice. And the advice does not have to come in a preaching form. The people who will tell you that the way we are telling you raw, that Joseph Boakai is a crook. He's not serious. Listen to us. Put aside your emotions, put aside your foolishness, and get serious with your lives. Get serious. And we are telling you again, I don't care if you like me, you don't like me. That's not important. You need to like yourself. Because you liking me does not change your life. What does it do to you? It doesn't do anything to you. So we got to keep it 100%. And the 100% we are keeping it is stop wasting your time behind these people. They are recycled. They don't present the. Let me tell you something. Joe, we are getting nothing that he presents to you about future. No, 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 and no. No and no. You go in the ring, you vote for him. You go in the sun, you vote for him. In fact, you get Joe Weah on second thing, Joe Weah will be worse than what he is today. That means you are embodying him. You are telling him, say the thing what you're doing a good job. Continue to do what you're doing. So for us. The same thing, if you decide to bring Joseph Boakai to yourself, you will be doing 2 times of what Joe Weah is doing. Joseph Boakai don't know what's going on for the most part. He's just a crook that's accepted to do what is wrong as well. Look, let me tell you something. On Monday, we had a big meeting. And in that meeting, I saw older men. I think I was the youngest in that meeting. Very older men coming from different communities, different parts of Africa, whether that's Congo, whether that's Zambia, and so forth. And in that meeting, something serious was struck. After we spoke and presented and made a case, because we believe we elected through convincing our people, through influencing our people, through speaking with them, the voter, the current leadership. So we believe we have a stake in the leadership of this state at the state level and at the federal level. So we said we wouldn't sit on the side. Africa must be represented. So we went there. When we got done speaking and doing the presentation, there were photos shown about the current state, the Secretary of State. And the reason the photos were shown is because he wanted to make us understand that we must get involved. That we can't just say we are stakeholders in our mouths. We must get involved. We must seek the change that we need. And it cannot be in people that are not okram, that are not accustomed, that don't understand the current reality. Like I said, I was the youngest in the room. And I understood what he meant. He spoke very shortly, but very, 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 with a very powerful voice. And the reason I'm saying that to the Liberian people who are listening, if you are above 50 and you stay passing around and pushing Joseph Boakai for the future, you are contributing to eating the future of your children and your grandchildren, because it makes no sense. It will make no sense tomorrow. It will make no sense the after tomorrow. You know one within yourself that this is not the right thing to do. You know. Who say you don't know? You don't need prophet to come and tell you. You know what is right to do. You know what you have experienced in that country. Joe, yeah? If you are 18 and you've been running beyond CDC since 2005 and you can brag about it and your life hasn't changed from 2005 to today and you still supporting Joe Weah, you are failure by nature. There is nothing you can do to not be failure. The only thing that will change your life until you change the choices that you are making. And the choice that you are making by thinking that you will support Joe Weah to better your life, you are wasting your time. I'm saying it again. You are wasting your time. In fact, your children, while you born, they see struggle that you've been in, and they're born in the struggle, and you're supporting Joia or what he mean, Joseph Human Bracket. You brought struggle on your children, and they struggle that you're about to live with your children on the children. Your children should blame you because you all made those decisions. It's about time that we make decisions for the future and stop being selfish. This issue of proximity, I like the man. Oh, let's just try the man. Oh, let's get the man on time. Oh, that the man we know. It must stop. You want change in Liberia? Get rid of the old system. Get rid of the people who have been there, who have done nothing, who have you never changed your lives. They will never change it. You think you get Joseph Parker says, yeah, he will change anything? You get Joria says, more, yeah, he will change anything? Go get it, please. So let's come back to what brought where we are today. Because we got to talk about the present before we talk about the future. If we want to see the future, then we got to know where we are. That's how it is. Look, your future is not magic. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't go to church tomorrow and the pastor's yelling, mesmerizing you, and telling that you have a brighter future when you have not invested to have a better future. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Life is not coincidental. Life is not magical. Jesus, Muhammad, they're not magic people. They're not juju men. You must make choices and decisions for your future. And you got to be deliberate about it. And you got to fight for it. And you got to stand for it. There are some people, let me tell you something. There are some good friends that I have in the Unity Party. There are some good friends that I have in CDC. There are brothers and sisters in CDC. There are brothers and sisters in the Unity Party. Some of them today, they can't speak to me. The only issue with me is they say, I always speak against the government and I always speak against Joseph Human Bracket. I said it clearly. If I don't know who I'm supporting for the coming elections, not yet, but I know who I will not support. And the people I will not support are Joseph Bracket and Joe Weir. I am clear on it. It will not change because the circumstances and the situations have not changed. Now back to the issues. We must secure the future. We must. When in America, a white man and a white woman decide that they will date and you don't find a white girl pregnant at 18 while they're in high school and in college, and you think that's some kind of movie that they're on. You think that's some kind of movie they're in. Let me tell you what they do. They decisively tell their parents that they are dating. And because the parent want that daughter to become a nurse or a doctor, and that's something that is playing in the family, not necessarily for the parents, but for that child future, that parent carry that daughter and put her on protection. So that even if she goes and gets involved intimately, she will not get pregnant. And the parent is not doing that because they hate their child or they don't want grandchild. They want to secure the future. And they work towards it diligently till they reach the place wherein they graduate and they have their job and then they start focusing on having children. Because they know that if that girl child start having children at an early age, it will disrupt some things. It will interrupt with the future. We are saying to you, instead of disrupting and interfering the future with Joseph Human Bracket, which is not the future, will never be the future, unfortunately. Sorry to say, but that's just the fact. Stop disrupting, interrupting the future with this conversation with Joseph Human Bracket. Wake up. Walk past it. Your future is not in Joseph Bracket. Your future is not in George Weir. George Weir, I can tell you what he will do right now. if he's not elected? He will not tell you. You know why he will not tell you? Because he himself probably does not even have sense of his own future after presidency. Barack Obama then knew what he would do after presidency. Let me say this. Just look around the world. Vice presidents in Africa and around the world, they go around. They speak around. They help other countries based on their experience as vice president. They help other vice presidents. When was the last time Joseph Boakai was invited to any kind of function to contribute anything as a vice president? Any serious minor place. Just think about it. This is to give you a glimpse of the future, of his personal future. What is his future? His personal future. And he came on Facebook and told us, he came to the Liberian people into the world and said he's living on loan. Okay. And you say that's okay. It makes him humble. It makes him appear that he never stole money from the government. No. He playing you. He appealing to your sentiments. I hope Costa will come out and say the truth to the Liberian people that particular interview was all staged. But that's what they are getting today. Because when you choose to work with people in a deception, to deceive a nation, to hide the facts, to suffer people in the future, this is what you get. They lie on our tip. Joseph Boakai is not broke. Don't let nobody fool you. He's not broke. Don't let nobody fool you. If you say I lie, peace be to an actress, Charles Walker Bronskin told you. It makes no sense. What I'm saying here today, I'm not saying it because of me. I'm good. Let me tell you something. I'm straight. I'm okay. I'm saying it because of the next generation, so that they don't end up in refugee camps. Let's move forward as a nation. Let's progress. Those of you who are Christians, who are listening, let's progress. Those of you who are pastors, imams, let's progress. Even in religious time, the people moved forward.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
They did. I'm encouraging listen, please don't like me. Imagine what you are setting yourself in the future up for. A Prince Johnson presidency. Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? Have you really thought about that? You not sit down before and think about Prince Johnson being close to the executive mansion. Have you thought, you think this is about Joseph Boakai? You really think so? It has nothing to do with Joseph Boakai. The only issue with Joseph Boakai is he has facilitated this process. If he claims he loves Liberia and wants to build Liberia, he will do what is right for himself. He will. He will. And all of you who are supporting him in this foolish endeavor, you are setting the country back. You are. Whether you say I insult the way I say it, I too harsh the way I say it, I too emotional the way I say it, that's your business. I don't care about all your little things that you're trying to pick up on. The bigger message here is let's move forward. Prince Johnson, 70 years old, or whatever his age is. Prince Johnson killed a president. Prince Johnson contributed to the murder of a president on record. Not even they say, on record. And you are telling me this is the man we should give country to move the country forward? And we thought you say that Cummings men and the other people men, they're going around circles trying to defend all of the different things. We have a problem. And our problem is just our inability to make decisive decisions for the future. Everything we want to wait temporarily now. Have you really sat and talked about how the future will be? Have you thought about it? You think this is about Cummings? You think this is about Tiawan Gonglo? You think this is about Clarence Moluba? You think this is who? You think these people are the thing? You really think so? It's about the future. We have options. Let's walk away from George Weah, Joseph Boakai. Bad dreams. These two guys, they're not good for that country. I'm saying it. I'm not hiding it. It's not personal. Joseph Boakai, George Weah, walk away from them. Because you know what? For the past 18 years, go check the record. Joel Howard Taylor, Senator. George Weah, Senator. Joseph Boakai, Vice President. Jeremiah Kuhn, Executive Chair on Ways and Means. And are the people you want to be recycling yourself with and say these are your options? When we tell you, say, oh, you Cummings man. Oh, you're paid this. You're paid that. Let me tell you what happened to Benin and Ure. That got Benin and Ure pays off. You remember on the scene show, we said there were 3 reasons why Taylor Ure was kicked out of the tag team. The first major reason was she refused to support the selection of Jeremiah Kuhn. And I will tell you why they refused to support the selection of Jeremiah Kuhn. I will tell you. I'll tell you today. We're talking. The second reason, she felt betrayed by the United Party and Joseph Yuma Boakai because her seat in District 15 when she ran against Abu Kili, or Abu Kamara, however you want to call his name. But he's commonly known as Abu Kili. Remember? She came second to Abu Kili. So she was poised to running back in that district with the hope that she would defeat Abu Kili because Abu Kili has had some problems in the district and in his relationship with the people in the district. So she was banging on the fact that the United Party would support her. What she did not calculate also in her own deception and her miscalculations was when she was supported and she became one of the females, young figures in Liberia with hope. So much optimism. It was CPP that was supporting her, not the United Party. She threw all of that through the windows because they had a bigger plan and a bigger goal. We'll speak about the bigger plan and the bigger goal. She threw all of that through the window. She broke relationships. Tell her you did. Tell her she got funny face in the town. Tell her you today should have been one of the promising young women in the Liberian politics with hope. I thought, I told somebody behind closed door, we're talking about her, and the person asked me, what do you think about Taylor Ure after she lost the election? I said, Taylor Ure need to do 2 things. 2 things. She must separate herself from her pa if she wants to move any further. The second thing she must do, she must not abandon the people of District 15. She must make her presence felt. She must remain there. And she must stick with the Liberian people she wants to get into politics. She's a future leader. She abandoned all of those. I said that to somebody behind closed door. We discussed a strategy to help her. And the reason she had to separate herself from her pa has a negative stigma. Let me tell you something today. When you hear some Liberian women saying, oh, you need to thank me, I gave you board child, I'm just going off to bring something to her. Let me tell you today, in as much that Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth, please don't say that again. Please don't. Please don't. I know we men don't get appreciated that much. Please don't. No woman is able to get any man born child or get child. That's not true. You just don't know. They're not the facts. The facts are the issue of get child and born child is determined by the man. Now, I'm not saying we the men who should take that and put it our head and be passing and wanting princes. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Because the truth of the matter is, only men have the ability to provide a Y chromosome. And the Y chromosome stands for born child. The X chromosome stands for get child. The only chromosome that women have is the X chromosome. And so men have both the Y and the X. So that means if a man sends out an X chromosome and it meets with the X chromosome of that woman, they will have get child. If the man sends out a Y chromosome and it meets out with that woman's X chromosome, it will cancel out that X chromosome and that child will become born child. You don't believe me? Go ask your doctor. Maybe the two are saying a lie. Go ask your doctor. So you'll start passing around, inflicting egos around. So put yourself together. You understand some things. In other words, I've told you before, one of the major reasons why you never heard in the Bible for all who are spiritual people, you never heard in the Bible to talk about the daughter of Jacob. I've told you that Jacob had one daughter. You don't hear them talking about it. The reason you don't hear them talking about it is because Jacob's daughter brought disgrace to the name of Jacob in Israel. That's why Jacob's name had to change to be Israel. So that means, in other words, when your partner name is on you, or your husband's name is on you, and you decide to misbehave, you are the reflection of your partner or your husband. So what I'm saying, in essence, the fact that Taylor is not married and her pa name is still on her as a UA, the reflection of everything her pa has done falls on her. So she must do everything to establish herself. The reason why people today, as if Bronsky, Bazolians will vote for CPP, Bazolian will stick with Liberty Party, is because of the name Charles Walker Bronsky. More people.
Indeed.
You need to wake up. We need to get serious if we move the country forward. So when we told Charlie, when we told Telia, this is the route you need to take from a strategic standpoint. No. They wanted to play games. So fast forward, what United Party did, United Party betrayed Telia UA, and they gave District 15 seat. And listen to that. The second reason, they gave District 15 seat to Amos Stewart, the Secretary General, to run, as opposed to Telia UA. Yeah. That's the second reason. The third reason now, they sat down, they said, Telia UA is on the tag team. The fact that she's not happy that we betray her, the fact that she is not happy about our selection of Jeremiah Kun, if we keep Telia UA over the tag team, she could take the tag team and carry somewhere else. So what we need to do is to kick her out before she decides to do that. So they went ahead and kicked Telia UA up. As SKTV were one of the first news outlets to break that news, that they kicked Telia UA out. Telia UA did not resign from the tag team. They kick her out. They kicked Telia UA out. Telia UA out.
Wow.
Now, let's come to the bigger picture that Telia UA were banging on. Because this picture brings in Costa, it brings in Benana UA, and it brings in Telia UA. In 2017 election, Benana UA met with Prince Johnson. It's a fact. They should have ran together on the same ticket. Can you imagine Benana UA and Prince Johnson leading the country? Now, let's think about it for a second. If you're listening to the radio, I want you to pause, relax yourself, put yourself together, and process it. Think about it. Let me tell you something. Whether you like it or not, your leaders are your representation. They are a representation of you. When we take Zanzan Kawa, and make him the orator of a national program, and Zanzan Kawa goes there and start to make mistake, it reflects on the leadership. When you make President George, we are president of all of the people that we got in Liberia. It tells you how we think as a people. Okay. All right. Okay. I know it's not making sense here. Let me tell you something. Even women, let me say this today. Even women, the choices of men you sleep with shows your taste and your value. And the same applies to men. I'm telling you today. So you must think about what you do, even in your emotions and your feelings. You must be selective. And that's why I've always said in public, pregnancy is an airborne disease. If you decide to go and bomb somebody, and you pass around and disrespect that person in public, and dishonor that person in public and call them names, or your part are useless men, your part are this, your part are that, you the woman, you are useless, you let useless men. Yeah. If you get baby, if you get couple of children by useless men, and you call them children by useless men, that means you are addicted to useless men. Because it was your choice. And we must think about these things. Let me tell you something. If you decide to have kids by a loser, and you pass around and make noise all day about that person and dishonor that person in public, you are a loser because your choices you have made are losing choices. So when we Liberian people decide to go down low and pick the least from among us to make president, then we are losers. All of us, including myself. This is why we must come to senses and pick the best amongst us. That's what people do. That's part of progress. You don't go and pick the least amongst you and say you don't want to support, How do you support the least amongst you to become best or better? How does that work? Who told you this is how life works? You pick a popcorn boy who is irresponsible, unwilling to even pay the rent. He'd rather take the rent money to go play gamble, to go hang out with boys and to have good time. And you want to come complain that the man you are with, the man useless, and you know the man useless, but I love the man, and I love the man. Oh, bon voyage, go eat love. Because love itself got sense. Love got sense. You pass around with I was in love. And you know, we love the president we are, and not Joseph we love, and not this we love. Go with the love. Please go with the love. And this is how we end up. This is why the country is what it is today. And I'm being realistic. Now let's come to the bigger picture. You see, these things must connect so that they can make sense to all of us, so that they can make sense to the next generation, so that so that we can make decisions for the future. Now let's come to this. Let's come to this because this is important for all of us. Better U.S. universe because Prince Johnson, Senator Yomdi Kanga Lawrence, Darius DeLong, and Jeremiah Kuhn beat him to the chase. They beat him to a ungin. That's why Benena UFS. Let me tell you something. Benena UFS. Because other people outsmart them in their own plan. All of them have never been in it for Liberia and the betterment of Liberia. What are the Benena UFS? What are the Prince Johnson? What are the Jeremiah Kuhn? What are the Joseph Bwaka? They have all never been in it for the betterment of Liberia and to move the country forward. Let me prove it to the Liberian people. Benena Ure came on board. The first thing Benena Ure did was to pick a side. And while picking that side, Benena Ure did two major things. On the side that he picked, or in the sides that he picked, Bernard Ure decided that he will still promote the government while he is a sitting chairman of the CPP. That tells you that he's in it for no good. Listen, my people. Listen, before we open the land, because we'll open the land today, we must know what happened so we can see the future. We must. And if you choose to ignore everything we say here today and still go and make the wrong choice and make the wrong decision and vote for the people out of love, or because we know them and they get number and they will do that and they will do that, my friend, you are selling your children's future. You are selling the future of the country. You are selling your own future. That's your choice. That is your choice. The ability to become, let me tell you something. When I hear people saying knowledge is power, that statement, I think, is halfway true. Because knowledge exposes you to power. Now it's your choice on what you want to do with that power that you've been exposed to. So if we are talking things that make sense, it's still your choice to decide what you want to do. If you have all the knowledge and you are exposed to all the information and the facts, and you still decide not to do what is right, it's on you. Don't blame God. Don't blame nobody. So Bernard Ure comes to the CPP, comes with a disruptive agenda. A bigger agenda of Bernard Ure was self-imposed by himself to not only continue to talk for the CDC undercover so that his children himself can be in good books with the government and maintain power and relationship personally to benefit the Ure family, but to also use that just in case the Liberian people turns against the government, they have Joseph Boaga as the cash in. So Joseph Boaga was the plan B. Joseph Boaga was never the plan A. The plan A was to maintain the status quo with the government. This is interesting. This is very, very interesting. The syndicate deceptive plan that these guys decided to carry out. They move forward. Bernard Ure, why CPP chairman? What did he do? Why he was CPP chairman? And he started campaigning for Jowia. He started campaigning for Jowia. The recordings are there. That whatever Jowia did in Carisburg, he would do better for this. Bernard Ure said that as a chairman of the CPP, sitting chairman, not even chairman emeritus. How do you undermine yourself like that? How do you undermine the organization you are leading like that? How? How? And you say you are moving forward? And you say you want to move forward? And you say you want change? No. The same thing with Costa. Peace be to his ashes. Daniel Cassell is running to be president. Costa goes behind the CPP. He is an executive member of the CPP. He goes behind the CPP, takes money for Daniel Cassell to promote Daniel Cassell. Daniel Onomani CPP. And when I talk about it, he went on his show and insulted me for saying that. But he knows the thing I say in public that was true. He didn't expect me to say that in public. And I told him, I wrote it in public, that he is undermining the CPP and this is wrong. That conflict of interest. You don't roll like that. If you don't want to be with the CPP, you are not executive member in the CPP, fine, go, no problem. But you can't be with people and you undermine the thing that you are with. You can't do that. That means you yourself, you are conflicted. We said that. Costa went and made a show and insulted me on that show. But let me say this. After I responded to him, I challenged him for that day. You can never bring that foolishness around me again until he dies. Even in a dream, when you see himself insulting me in a dream, he will wake up from his sleep having a bad dream. Because I will reciprocate it to him. That foolishness that a politician can bring it to me. He can't bring it to me. Oh, no way. Oh, no way. No way. He will never in your life try that foolishness. Because I call him out. When he shows that talking foolishness, I see some cause I see them bouncing out there. I see that means so let Costa slap. Sekou call me to a horse. 1 week, Sekou begged me to not respond to him. I told Sekou that day. Sekou wife was sitting there. I said, Sekou, if I respond to Costa, if I don't respond to Costa, I should die. Costa so to go insult me in public. And I let him slap. He who? He smoked Jesus. But you know, checking here. For that time, again, bring that fooling around me. And guess what he did? After he went, he terminated him with Daniel Cassell. Yes. Because I told him it was conflict of interest. It was conflict of interest back then. It is conflict of interest today. It is
so that means this guy was like doing things for themselves. They were not even thinking about Liberian people.
CPP that were in. Now, when they saw that the Liberian people gravitated towards the CPP, they escalated the plan B. This is deep. This is bigger than you see. They started now to put Joseph Boakai in a little corner to keep Joseph Boakai for themselves. As part of the effort to keep Joseph Boakai for themselves, they say what we need to do is to get rid of a competitive competitor. And the competitive competitor that were in the CPP, because Senator Yongli Kanga Lawrence at the time was hesitant. Now you will hear them say when they were in the CPP that they had 3 against 1. But listen, they had 3 political leaders against 1. So they started a plot.
Okay.
The first part of the plot was they wanted to expel Alexander Cummings from the CPP.
Wow.
That is the first plot they started. These people, they're of no good. They're not serious. They're not ready.
So that means because football national face.
I thought the man was watching the man saying you will not wake up, you will wake up tomorrow. I called the man today. I've been calling the man. I've been calling the man today. The man saying you will not wake up. Saying last night saying you will not wake up today, enjoying yourself.
Yeah, man.
I hope that I call you.
You know what, Kimo?
Wow.
Somebody say, I thank God they put on the sweet show today because they enjoy Steve renting and they enjoy Steve. So the president don't want me to come on. I just here to listen.
Okay.
So Seko greet the people are begging before because we're
telling before we move forward.
The people that don't miss me, I don't greet them. People that miss me, the people that miss me, the people that don't miss me, don't want me to come here. I'm not greeting you. But anyway, it's good to be here, Steve. Thank you to you and Mabel for being on. Yeah, Steve, I saw your calls when I wake up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually been listening for the most part. But yes, it's good. It's always good to be on SKTV. You know, we got 2 groups on SKTV, maybe 3. The people that we call them fire for fire, they're there. Steve that they are man.
Steve on our group.
Me, I'm moderate. Me in the middle. Sometimes me as bittersweet. If you're doing the right thing, I will go with you for that moment. I will talk about it. If you do the wrong thing, I will go at you and we'll talk about it. So I'm bittersweet. Sunday you will like me, Sunday you will not like me. But I'm good. And it's good to be here, Steve.
Thank you. So we'll be right back. Let me let my thought really quick and then we'll get with you before we get to the lines here for the people.
Continue what you were talking about. I'm there listening.
So Ben and Ureda, they tested the water around 2019. When they saw that the people gravitated towards the CPP through Senator Darius Dillon, when he won that midterm election, they said, no, we have to ensure that we cash in on Joseph Yuma Boakai. They know from day one, they understand that Joseph Yuma Boakai is frail. They understand that he's fragile. They understand that Joseph Yuma Boakai
is not brave.
Will probably not even, God forbid, if he were given the presidency, which will not happen, and I want to be on record for that, will not last long in the presidency. So they said, this is our best chance to keep up. So what we need to do, we need to position Joseph Boakai and make him comfortable and ensure that we open up to him. We need to make sure that we become not only the financiers, we become the key allies to Joseph Boakai. So what they did, they decided to push Yombli aside. So they focused solely on Joseph Boakai. When they focused solely on Joseph Boakai, they started not only to get Joseph Boakai petty cash, because at Joseph Boakai on a level there, you could take money behind closed door. By on a level, that part of the cup thing you do. Every meeting, even when Joseph Boakai go to sleep, before you go to sleep, you gotta tell Benana Yue Gune. You gotta get permission from Benana Yue. That how can they position Joseph Boakai kept it in the box? Now, some United Party partisans, Bernie Smoker, and other leaders were in United Party who been around to who understands or didn't say no. Benana Yue there, not only that they're getting too close, but they are keeping the pape
away from us,
and they are positioning him too much to the point that it will come a point where they will lock us out. So what we need to do, we need to revisit some strategy. But this kind of Benana Yue then gone far to close out the United Party at all levels. So what they did, when Joseph Boakai will come to America, why you think we sound the alarm? That United Party was not strategic by allowing Costa to run the affair of Joseph Boakai when he came to America. Why United Party? Look, they have caused us on this network, but we have helped them. I'm saying it. Don't get credit for it. We have helped the United Party even more than the CPP. Let me say it today. Because we have been able to point out, look, before they plotted their thing for the CPP, we never alerted the CPP. Sekou and I knew that they plot to carry Cummings to court. We knew about the plot. Joseph Boakai is aware of the plot to carry Cummings to court. It's a fact. It was orchestrated, organized, and implemented. Joseph Boakai is fully aware of it. He is not ignorant of these things. In fact, it was coordinated. Serena Sifos, what the other one is? Nathaniel McGill. Even Koji. Jefferson Koji was involved in the plan. Let me tell you something, Melbourne. There are things that we know. There are information that we have. And these things can be substantiated with dates, times, places, meetings, venues, and everything. You think we can't on Facebook, we can't talk regular talk? You really think so? You think I get what to do? You think Sekou not get what to do? Sekou was sleeping. He told me, he said the weekend he was just going to chill. He told me, since during the week, he told me he just wanted to rest himself and just chill. And you understand? But when we come to discuss these things, we know what we are talking. When I write or Sekou writes, we know what we are talking. Normally was never brought into the play until later. She never knew about the whole thing. And the only thing Lawrence said, we try to save her from the same thing that she's seeing herself in today.
So that means you were blind. So that means you were blind into the entire organization.
Well, we are man, the tie rope normally near brought in. I say to you today, the tie rope on Senator Yombi Kanga Lauren neck and her in this whole plan and plot. When they listen, because Benana you never had credibility, Costa never had credibility. Again, I go back. The first thing they wanted to do was to expect Alexander Cummings from the CPP. They found out that there was resistance from Musa Benete and Chairman Musa Benete will not say some of these things, will not talk about some of these things in public. Chairman Musa Benete resisted them. That he will not go to the plan. He don't want to be part of the foolishness, and there was no reason he stood his ground. When you hear them saying, Chairman Musa Benete that agent, Musa Benete that agent, Musa Benete that this, Musa Benete that, because he refused to go with the plan. You remember that famous picture? Musa Benete and Cummings were in Lofa, and Chairman Musa Benete had the Tassabian, that thing. Yeah. Am I pronouncing it well? And Chairman Musa Benete. But man, we're giving your event here, but things that happen behind closed doors, man. We're not here to. That particular move in Lofa, the picture you will see Alexander Cummings sitting down and Musa Benete showing
doing that.
Exactly. That's used for prayers. Let me tell you something today. I'm not a Muslim, but I want to say this to all of us who are listening. I'm not a Muslim. If I didn't know God personally, if I didn't know Jesus or myself personally, I would probably choose the Muslim religion. Let me tell you today, you know why? A Muslim woman raised me and took care of me. This is one of the only religions on earth that don't fool around with the religion. Do anything. The Muslim people honor the religion. They respect the sacredness of the religion. They don't fool around with it. If you and a Muslim man get into anything and he put God inside, you might know say his words will be kept with you. Musa Belete, he didn't say he would check. He would check. You will say, how do men know? Musa Belete promised before God and man that he will support Cummins. Honor the ring, honor the sun. I don't care what happened. Look, let me tell you something. Do you know how many relationships have been broken with Musa Belete and Cummins support because Musa Belete decided to support Cummins? Do you know? They have no clue. The people then pass around and don't know what they're talking. Go ask Musa Belete. Say, you know, I ever talked to Steve on the phone before? In my entire life, Musa Belete called me one time. I don't even know who gave him no more. And we talked for less than 5 minutes. The only thing he called me, he said, Chief, I want to appear on your show. And he told me, say, that you the one can do the, what they call. So I told him, I said, boy, you chairman, you beat me. I said, you beat boy. What will do? We charge you. And he said to me, he said, boy, how much you're charging? As they say you in a big board category, let me go look at the scale. I was driving. I said, let me look at the scale. We had to scale you up high, so I will get back with you. But let me check with the team. And he said, yo, thank you for everything that you do. We follow you, we listen to you on the radio, yo, thank you. All of these different things, these different conversations, whether you criticize us or you speak against the government, it helps our democracy. I said, and that's the goal. And he said, thank you, and he hung up. That is the only conversation I have had with Chairman Musa Belete. The only time I ever text Chairman Musa Belete was the time Senator Darius Delon was on the phone. I texted him once. He was on OKFM. Most recently, he made that plea for Liberty Party to come out together when Darius Delon made that plea. And Chairman Musa Belete called him and said he was in Nima. And Darius Delon said they could meet, I think, on a Wednesday or whatever it is. I Darius Delon, I text Chairman Musa Belete and I said, you need to prioritize your party. I still got a text message. Darius Delon never responded. Musa Belete responded to the text message and said, thank you. That was it. The thing that we're saying, we're not stupid people. We're saying it for the future. When you try to project your feelings on people and try to make other people to look funny, it's bad. So, Benin and Urede decided that they will catch him on Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai was going with the flow. The issue of the DHL that they talk about, they were checked. We got copy of the DHL. They got copy of the DHL money. We got copy of the DHL constitution. And yeah,
DHL, right?
The DHL, the Democratic Alliance of Liberia, DAL, whatever you call it.
DAL.
That thing that I told them. I told them. I said DAL will never register in Liberia in this time. They say, oh, me and Sego, we don't know what we're talking. Y'all gonna play the tape. Anyone on the show? We say not going nowhere. The DAL was a backup plan while they were in the CPP. They started having meeting when they attempted first to expel Alexander Cummings. Remember Costa came up famously and said, you expel him. You expel him. You remember? That was the first plan they made. They wanted the public to buy into their sentiments after they have tried. The public never bought into it. They reverted to plan B, which is to take Cummings to court. They're taking Alexander Cummings to court to leave from the CPP. The plan and the discussion started with the DAL and Alari talked about a long time. Long time. Let me tell you today. Not today. When they concocted that plan, the DAL should have been the back-off plan when they leave from the CPP so that they can go straight to the DAL and have that particular group as a fallback plan. Can you imagine you and people there in a collaboration and you're concocting plans with
wickedness?
of the other group. And you created the avenue to make the other people know that they bar so that you can leave because you have a backup plan. And the only reason why you hear Bernard USA he not want to be vice president, you're not thinking about the vice president, because they wanted to get Bwaka isolated so that they can now decide who, how, what this will play. That's how they left. When they left, the DAL has some resistance from the government. Because you know what? The government still has agents among them too that are reporting to them. The government never wanted any other coalition because the government saw how the CPP getting hard time. So having another coalition for the government means that the government will be undermining themselves. You don't know who talking? DAL, I challenge DAL to say, fine. If SKTV now release their constitution, you think say we're passing around, we're just talking here? You think they don't even know what's up. They don't even know. We understand the issues. We know what we are discussing. These people went into meeting and they carry Alexander Cummings to the court. What it cost our passing around away? They altered the document, right? And tell her you were passing around talking the same foolishness because she herself didn't calculate her own future. When we told her before, tell her you wait. Distance yourself politically from your father, rebrand yourself, stay with the people, let the people know you still want to run that district. Many Liberian people gravitated towards Talia Yure when she ran. Many people, even some seditious, a lot of young Liberian women, girls, mothers, parents saw hope, enthusiasm in Talia Yure. She betrayed her struggle only because she wanted to go with the plan of her father to isolate Joseph Boakai so that they too can take over the presidency. That was the bigger picture. Yes. And so, Prince Johnson saw the avenue. When John Weir started giving them Huawei, guess what Prince Johnson did? Prince Johnson brought in Jeremiah Kuhn. Jeremiah Kuhn, and I just look at Costa for long, I just laugh. He understands something. Jeremiah Kuhn, that particular picture that Costa and United Party people posted when Prince Johnson went to Jeremiah to meet with Joseph Boakai, that they posted. When Prince Johnson went to meet with him and they told them to take it down. That was the day they sealed the deal. Costa and Faith were sealed that day. Because Brendan Samoka and other people there already finished finding the loophole to get rid of Benena Yue and other shenanigans of our own. So Benena Yue, let me tell you something. Let me tell Bob Ben something. I said it on the show before that his life matters. And I said it will betray. But let me tell Benena Yue something. Benena Yue, help your children. Do it. If you've never done anything right in your entire life, got girls, help secure your children's future. And not by doing what is wrong. Finally in your life, do what is right. It will pay off. Tell her you're young, you're smart, you're intelligent. I see your little sister, Benena Yure, doing humanitarian work. She will end up in politics. Don't remember it today. She will end up in politics. Forget about all that humanitarian thing. They just laying the basis to get her feet wet and situated. She will end up in politics. Help your girls' children. Help them. Lead a small, crooked business. Please, do what is right. Do what is right. And I know that you're not starting. They wore a CPP. They wore a, what they got in Joseph Baga, bro. You're in it for them. So, my people, all the vestation you'll see with Benena Yue, and that other, Luther Tape, I don't call him Reverend. I say I will never call him Reverend. He's a crook, and I hope the church will investigate him, and I hope he will be taking off the leadership of the church because he is a crook, Luther Tape. Luther Tape is as crooked as Joseph Boakai. That is the reason the people that were facilitating the process, you see Mo Ali is a two-faced crook and criminal. That Mo Ali you see. He's not serious. He will never be serious. Mo Ali is a hustler. Okay, so please play that video.
Hold on 1 second.
With the government of the Republic of Liberia to prosecute Alexander Benedict Cummings. I hope I have provided that saving lesson. Indeed, we, meaning our party, the ALP, is working with the government of the Republic of Liberia to prosecute Alexander Benedict Cummings. I hope I have provided that saving lesson. Indeed, we, meaning our party, the ALP, is working with the government of the Republic of Liberia to prosecute Alexander Benedict Cummings. I hope I have provided that saving lesson. Indeed, we, meaning our party, the ALP, is working with the government of the Republic of Liberia to prosecute Alexander Benedict Cummings. I hope I have provided that saving lesson. Indeed, we, meaning our party, the ALP, is working with the government of the Republic of Liberia to prosecute Alexander Benedict Cummings. I hope I have provided that saving lesson. Indeed, we, meaning our...
So, that man, I thought that more than one time. So, you remember when Costa came out? Oh, I forgot to tell you one. The letter Costa wrote a letter after he was promised by Joseph Boakai. And we'll probably read that letter here tomorrow. He was Jack. Costa will no. They're watching all of them. They're wondering how the information how we get it. You're relaxed. You're relaxed. The letter Costa wrote a letter to the United Party big people. Now listen, to the United Party big people, when they had already made a deal to select Jeremiah Kuhn, but Joseph Boakai was promising him on a cover that they will make him vice president. Costa wrote a letter to the United Party executive people, the big people who got influenced, who are connected to Joseph Boakai. Costa wrote that letter. He wrote it to them for them to change their mind. And they've been keeping that letter on the cover. That lie. We've been having that letter from the day he wrote that letter. We got a copy of that letter. The letter is here. But it's not going nowhere here. It's staying here. We will read that letter. We're going to read that letter to the Liberian people. He tried to convince them their minds were already made up because the deal was sealed. The last part of it. Benin Ure then did not see this betrayal coming. They even went as far, the Costa, the Yombly, the Dillon. They met, and you know who they said they were going to support to pay Joseph Human Boakai them back for their ungratefulness? Tiawan Gonglo. The information leak. They met. Look, the reason we are saying some of these things and laying some of these bases is not against Costa, it's not against anybody. It's not against the Liberian people. These facts must be told. Joseph Boakai left Costa there and played them. Joseph Boakai played Costa them. Yes, Joseph Boakai is corporate. He know all the things about. In fact, Stanton Witherspoon money he been giving Joseph Boakai, the person who he been passing it through that Costa, I challenge Costa to deny that. He said he'll be shocked when you see some of the money transaction and put up. Let you bring that friskiness here. You think that on SKTV, we don't talk things that we don't know. He will check. He will say they man the deep. He will check. Let him go on his show and go cause or misbehave. I challenge Costa and I challenge Joseph Boakai or United Party to say that lie. The reason we are saying these things is because these deceptions, when you do them to the country, they have the ability to pay you back. The reason you hear Bernard, you were saying, thank God, God showed them, I'm just paraphrasing, and they didn't get to power, is because when you hear them saying, oh, they kidnapped, they hijacked the rescue. They only hijacked the rescue. They hijacked the rescue and the whole Costa and Bernard were in hostage. So they hijacked it, hold it in hostage, and they can't do nothing. They will cry on Facebook, they will cry in the Republic of Liberia. They will say anything, they will say, that their business. Nobody worry about it. We are not worried about it. The country must move forward. Joseph Boakai is a crook. Benin Ure is a crook. Costa is a crook. Jawia is a crook. Y'all move away from these people. They're not serious. They're not ready for any change. No, they are not ready. The people are comfortable. They play games. This is what they are used to. This is their lives. They will not change. Imagine Joseph Boakai 80 years they playing game. Joseph Boakai will change. Tomorrow, We will let you know exactly what's going on to Joseph Boaka's situation in America. Joseph Boaka is here.
Okay.
Let me start changing the story small. But Mr. Kana, is up to you. Today we have laid out the detail why Benena Yue did that press conference. So Benena Yue, the deal with Benena Yue is sweet for him. Next time you will not be crooked.
Well, I think you spoke well. I didn't follow from the start, but I've been following for a little while, and I've been enjoying the show. I've been actually, for the most part, reading comments, and we have a whole lot going on. You know, something that I wanted to talk about, Steve, but I was trying to find the document before I can talk about it because I want to get accurate information. So I'm going to be off for just 2 minutes or maybe 1 minute. Then I'll come back and talk about it. It has to do with the same CPP thing. I'll be right back.
Melbourne, that Adel, bro.
Yeah. So, Steve, thank you so much. You know, these are things that in fact, I will keep saying to our people as to, you don't just pledge your support to people. Some of you out there, you know, you pledge, in fact, you give your entire life, you say, I will kill myself for these politicians, or maybe for this person, or maybe for the other person. Sometimes there are dark cloud hanging over some of these people, maybe that you may not know. Their behavior alone is a dark cloud. And when that dark cloud is hanging over all of us as people, we're not going anywhere. Seriously, Steve, all of the things that you've been saying, or in fact, like from the entire or show to everything that you have said is 100% true. And on a very serious note, the politicians, they are not fair enough to the people, because there's no way that you will be moving from party A, party B, party C, party D, all the way to party F with the same attitude. So, Sekou, if you're ready, then you can come in. Then maybe
Yes, yes, I'm ready. You know, in Liberia, a lot of people don't like you to tell, you know, the truth, especially when it comes to their interests. This is about the same corruption and lack of respect for our constitution and the Liberian people. You know, when Joseph Boaka's son, Joseph Boaka Jr., came up to publicly admit that Joseph Boaka actually traveled to Ghana to solicit money for campaign purposes from foreigners. That was a big deal, but people want that to slap. People don't want people to talk about that. But before then, like Steve have said, we are aware of a lot of stuff. And we have a lot of documents. We have a lot of recordings. We have a lot of video. We have in our possession, before Joseph Boaka and the whole Costa thing started, the Unity Party, also headed by Joseph Nima Boaka, they were also soliciting money from other people outside of Liberia, non-Liberians. We have documentary evidence to that effect. And this information came from the house's mouth. Joseph Nima Boakai and the Unity Party, you know. Anyway, I don't know if we should talk about all these things today, but sometimes some new information that people let to hear on having a whole show on it, but we'll talk about it a little bit. Joseph Boakai was working with another group of people. You know, in Liberia, most of the people, most of the politicians worked with the business people in Liberia. They loan money from them. They take their, business things to pay later. They use their influence to get stuff from them. Sometimes they will not pay, sometimes they will pay. But when it goes beyond the store thing and go to the other countries, do you know that we have documents, information that Joseph Nima Boakai in the Unity Party?
Mr. Kane, I beg you, let me interrupt for a second. Mr. Kane, I beg you, let keep that one. I beg you, please. And the reason for that, there is time for everything. Let's keep that one. Let's keep that one.
Tomorrow. Yeah, maybe
Mr.
tomorrow.
Kane, Mr. Kane, I beg you, hold your 2 feet. These people don't know. And this is not a they say conversation. These are not they say things. They're not your regular gossip people there, your church politicians. We're talking serious issues. Mr. Kane, I beg you, let's keep it. Let's keep it. And we're coming to get in a campaign. Let's get in a campaign. I beg you. How long for that August? Let me tell you today. It will 8 inches and wow. Your thing cost that
August 5th.
Your thing cost that. Leave that thing back. Don't forget about that thing.
Anyway,
I beg you, Mr. Kane.
I'll be listening, but let me talk about something else now.
Yes, I beg you. Leave that other deep talk. I thought that too deep talk, big and deep talk. I beg you.
Yeah. And guess what? Before I end my statement, since Steve said I shouldn't talk about it,
please.
There are people too in the Unity Party, within the Unity Party, that are very close to the former vice president, that they are aware that I have a lot of information too that they thought they couldn't imagine.
High leak.
They don't know how it happened.
Well, yeah.
So, and I'm saying that they know that we know. That's why most of them, they never stay away from SKTV, because they don't know why we're going to say it and when we're going to say it. And besides, they will always come to distract, to attack. They have tried to discredit SKTV because why? They know what we know. So when we say it, when they discredit us, their supporters will not believe anything that comes out of SKTV. But again, we'll talk. Steve said we shouldn't talk. In fact, Steve, saying you keep on today, the people that are not even contributing. Nobody support the SKTV. Let me see.
But I thought you said they put in our again.
Oh, yeah. Somebody that said $7. And then $7 and $20, yes.
I thought they put in our stay hold on.
But at least 2 people not saying something. $7 and $20. Let me see again. Let me make sure. Because me, I just came on. I want to make sure that the people there. But you're not even right. You mind the people to be supporting SKTV. See, we got a lot of things going on.
Yeah, to be honest, I never spoke anything about it.
Yeah, you gotta keep reminding the people to support SKTV because we have a lot of things going on. And we told you, say, we don't just talk freely. We tell you, we're gonna have correspondence in all the counties. Not only that, we have people working from pool center to polling center to polling center to share us up to date in real time information about the vote, the results. So all those things require money. And sometimes, to be honest with you, like Steve, I've said, many times, when we come on here, can come on here because of some of you people. Honestly speaking, the passion, the heart you got for Liberia. If we don't come on the way you can feel, and the way some of you depend on our information to be aware of certain things in Liberia, you can come on because of some of you. To be honest, in many, many times, Steve, when it comes to the politicians, I don't want to do nothing, to be honest. Politicians, the good one are plenty. That's just a fact. Politicians, the good one are plenty. But there are a lot of good people that support them. Even the bad ones, Steve.
Seriously.
Even the bad ones, some people support some of the bad politicians. The passion some of the supporters got for these politicians, the passion they get for Liberia, if the devil is seen hot, some of them get, I swear to God, their impact will be more. The outreach will be more. They will take a lot of things seriously. So everything we're doing, when we say we're doing it for the Liberian people, they're not different Liberian people we're talking about. The same people that are listening to us right now on the radio, the same people that are watching us right now on SKTV and SKTV Live, the same people watching us right now as we speak on YouTube and Instagram. You are the Liberian people we're talking about all the time. Honestly speaking, so many times when we got discouraged, when we see something then by some of the politicians then that we sometimes be like, wow. Sometimes we don't want to do certain thing, to be honest. But when we think of you people to say, you know what? Still be like, Mr. Kenneth. A lot of people look up to also. Mr. Kenneth. Yeah, please, man, don't do this. Maybe wake me up from my sleep. That you got to come on, man. People calling me, people inboxing me. So we're doing it for the people. We're not doing it for the politicians. That's why it takes a lot. It takes a lot for us to come and say and declare support for any politicians as an institution. Endorse. We will, at some point, we will endorse a candidate. We will tell the people why. But we appreciate everybody. We appreciate everybody. But every time, whether we are on the show or we're not on the show, whether Steve announced it or not, just put at the back of your mind, everything we're doing here, everything's challenging. We got a lot of challenges, especially when it comes to covering this election. This election is one of the most consequential elections in the history of Liberia. It's one of the most important elections Liberia ever had. We will either get it wrong forever and get it right at least for one. So everything is important. Bringing you information, further information when it comes to the elections. And covering the election throughout the country will avoid some of the people from cheating. I'm just be honest with you. You know, I've sounded the alarm here over and over that the people want to cheat. And we know it, they know that we know. We know it, and they know that we know. They want to cheat. Sometimes when I'm talking here, even Steve, when I'm on the show, they will be calling Steve, telling Steve to stop, tell Sekou to stop. Sometimes they'll be calling me, testing me, Sekou, stop it. Stop, where you getting the information from? Stop lying. Stop it. They know that we know. They want to cheat. CDC, Joy Weah at his best, Joy Weah never got more than 38%. So we are with the coalition never get more than 38%. After when the Finnish people on themselves, showing their inaptitude and incompetence, they are coming out of a sudden. So they will win first round. They're trying to cheat to avoid second round. They're trying to cheat to avoid second round. And with the two things that will make them not to cheat, if Liberia people come up massively and vote against the CDC. I don't care who you vote for. If they come up massively and vote against the CDC, then they may not even go to the second round. They know it is saying it. The reason why they're putting a lot of money out these days, the reason why they're seeing they're doing all these, event upon event, because they're saying it. They are saying it. Trust me, they know. And they are trying to cheat, but you cannot cheat when you are far behind. The cheating will be so glaring. People will see it, and it could cause popular uprising. And somehow we'll talk it. They are afraid. They don't want us to talk about some of these things. And the only way we can be able to give you up-to-date information and real-time information is to be at least fully equipped. And being equipped means that we have our people situated all over the place, watching, sending us real-time information. Even when they're trying to cheat, we'll talk about it while the election is going on. And when the tally sheet are posted, we will make sure we read everything to you.
Your message to Beatha says,
Steve,
information will talk about why you
That's ready to go.
and wondered if she does should.
See, your girlfriend has started again. Siri.
What I get? What's going on again?
The girlfriend Siri.
Oh, Lord. But can I take a call?
Yeah, you can take.
So we have roughly about 5 more minutes to go.
Yeah, let's take 5 calls at least. Let's take 5 calls. 30 seconds. Let's take 5 calls from that, brother. The rest of the calls we'll take it from this end, please. I beg you.
All right, so 077-020-3125, and we just a few calls today. Caller, good evening. Hello. Hello, go ahead.
Too low.
The alarm never been good. They feed it. Yeah, I don't know what kind of microphone they be having. Since they did that upgrade, we never had no call. Good, the calls never come through.
So, nobody go get married. I probably can bring to her.
No, I'm not going to get married. I think they have some upgrade in their system. Saying that time the calls never come through. Maybe because the audio in is only connected to whatever you have to your ear.
Right.
Once it's like that, it suppresses everything else, that comes around. So it will treat it like an outside noise. It's called noise cancellation.
Yeah, but we gotta go.
All right. Yeah.
If
So
not going through it, Steve, we can take some calls around here.
Yeah, folks. You can call Sickle to participate. I don't know if I want to take call today. I want the only person call I wanted a Katama call.
But Katama won't call.
The message you might endorse him.
Endorse him for one thing.
To be superintendent.
But let you call me behind the scene, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, but let him make a case. You won't be superintendent in Grand King, man, can't take.
I'm just joking. Katama is my boy. They're not on Facebook. Katama is my real boy from all the way back. Back in the day. Back in the day when I was one of the big supporters of Katama when people were fighting whether Hassan Benito or Katama should be the youth chair for ACO. I was one of the main supporters of him back in 1997. Then
that time y'all look at I was going to be against Katama.
So Bishop and we lived together in Minnesota for more than 10 years.
I was going to make a case against
and we Katama used to be on the list fighting. That time there was no Facebook. Yeah, so we come a long way. Katama is my brother. So yes, I'll take the first caller here. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? Hello? Hey, this person, man, 215 number. You need to turn down the monitor. Are you there? Hello? 215. Okay. See, let's start taking call. Maybe I think don't call the same number, folks. You want to call. Yeah. Somebody said, what? Yeah, 1997. No, not 2007. 1997. I'm talking about in Liberia. Yes. And that time?
Katama look at that time, and they are going to go against him. I'm going to vote against him too. What do you mean?
Katama was a very popular, young man.
I was going to vote against him. I'm going to rally the troops.
He was very vocal. And so
I was going to rally the troops.
When I can be see Katama speaking, BB book down on the thing because Katama came to America and where he started that you. Katama be like that. Katama, the Buffalo Dollar, the Hasability, all the guys, they be like that.
I was going to go against
So caller, let's Mr. I think we live in the show. I don't know if they have. So they got 2 minutes for us today. Mr. John Maulo, how you doing, sir?
How you doing, sir? Simple and Steve.
Hold on, Mr. John Maulo, hold on. Nobody taking calls?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
I want to try this out. What you're getting? You're getting the line?
Yeah, we're getting that one.
Go ahead.
It went in coma again. No, we're not hearing it again. We're hearing it for a second.
All right. Thank you. I don't know, but I think we got to do some adjustment on the land business. So, with us, Steve, we got to go. So we got 2 minutes to go. So you can talk to Liberians before.
So Steve, before you go, let me say this, right? Let's try to fix this thing before the next show. Because it being almost before show now. Yeah, let's try to fix this thing before the show. So that way we can't be having this problem. Because so the people in Liberia, their opinions are very important.
Indeed, 100%.
Yeah. We'll fix it before the next show, folks. We apologize for this. Because it's been like a full show now. Somebody actually called me to tell me about it as a major concern that we need to fix it. They are interested in hearing what the Liberian people think, what some of the things Liberian people can be talking about. Yeah, they really, really care about it. But Mabon, thank you so much. And let's continue on this side here. By the way, by the time I mentioned the people to support, a few people have been sending $20, $50, and $15 here and there. We appreciate it. We really, really appreciate it. Trust me. Anytime we come here, we say we need help, we need support. It's not for us. It's not for us. We always need needing support every time. In fact, some of our reporters are in coma right now because I have most of them. Their phone there, we had them on an automatic recharge for data. This company that send data in people's phone up. Most of them it was 100% automatic, bi-weekly, some of them weekly, depending their participation, what they do. Including maybe all of them, they know. But when things start going slow with me, with my business, so I kind of slow down with a lot of stuff. So they don't know that. They don't know what's going on here. All they know, we are in America, we have everything. In fact, some of them even telling the world that we've been on payroll for commies since 2019 or 2018. In fact, somebody left the show here because they were told that we were on payroll. But we're not putting them on payroll. they don't know how we also struggle from our own pocket to take care of things. But it is what it is. But it was not a bad idea when some of you suggested, I say, cool, we know you guys can do it, but also be telling the people, be putting cash up and Zelle up there so we too can support $5, $10 here and there. Like I said, somebody just sent $7, right? And that person, do you know how many times that person has sent $25, $20 here and there? But some of the people are the same people always, they've been supporting SKTV, So yes. Oh, they roof here. You like calling people name. I don't even know who you call Mr. Google. But Steve, I have a caller here.
You want to do what?
Yeah, I have a caller. Mr. John Maolo is here.
Yes, please, please.
Mr. Maolo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, sorry for the interruption. Go ahead quickly.
No problem. Listen, I want to say thank you to you and Steve for, bringing us information every day, and especially today, Steve, for, exposing some of these things that most of our people need to know. There are a lot of things going on in the country, and if we really care about our country, now that we're going to celebrate 160, what's that, 67? How old are we? 167?
177. 177.
Okay, 176. Okay, years old. And it's about time that we sit down to think whether we really care about our country, what makes us Liberian, and what's the cost of our country. When we say our country's cost defending, what's that cost? Are we ready to protect our country? Are we ready to defend our country? Defend it not only militarily, but intellectually, psychologically. Are we socially? Are we ready to defend our country? We see our children dying on the street with kush. They're standing out of a statue. They're so high they can't move. All of these things. What are we willing to do for our country? Are we going to sit down again and people lie to us and lead us in the wrong direction? Can somebody tell me how much I am suffering than me myself? This thing, we're going to be discussing it tomorrow also on Your Voice Matter, 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. So discuss our national anthem, our patriotic songs that we sing. What does it mean to us? What is it?
My man, we will find you for coming to do advertisement on our show.
Yeah, we can.
I will find you. No, I'm just joking, Mr. Maolo. Go ahead.
No, who that man? We gotta what that man? You can't do an announcement here. What is going on? No, but you're not still hold on. How you got to do an announcement on the show? Mr. Maolo.
Oh, Mr. Maolo, still hold on. Stop that.
No. John Maolo, and I still hold on. I saw the man in Philadelphia. The man just want to go in.
You see that? Steve, the man said if you try, he will spare you. So you must know, man, I still hold on.
I got out the man in Philadelphia. The man just add this street. The man I still hold on, man.
Look, but seriously, look, this president going around using our money and putting his name on it. Can you imagine? This thing is supposed to be criminal. The Senate and House of Representatives are sitting there. This man is naming things after himself without their acquiescence, and nobody says nothing. You pay wide fee. He act like he don't know with personal money. You take our money, pay our children riot fee, and you say it's you. All of these kind of lies. Where do we stand? How do we defend our country? And these are things that our people need to know, especially before this election. The lies need to stop. Enough is enough. We have to heal our country. We have to stand up for Liberia for once and be true to ourselves. So thank you guys for all the hard work you continue to do, and I hope that you continue to do what you do for the Liberian people every day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Steve, if you have another caller, if not. If not, then anybody call us, you can, a lot of people will call you at the same time, but you can call back. While we wait the next call, let me say something real quick. When I was talking, when Steve told me, please don't talk about this particular thing, wait. It doesn't mean we're not going to talk about it, because some few people are kind of like they don't like it. If you got information, you don't share it with people. No, we always share you.
But they still hold up. We share it with them. We share. We still hold up.
No. Everybody over here, they're still.
No. That tell me, I can't agree on. They not still hold us.
But everybody that can stay with SKTV for 2 hours, those are committed people, Steve. Anybody that can come here every day, even when we don't come on, they will beg you to come on. They will go to your impacts. They will tell you, say, what happened? Someone will even text me, will say, we don't come, we'll find you. Yeah. I know some of them. Some of my sisters, some of them can be very commending. They'll be like, but why are not coming on?
But I can tell them too and tell them, say, well, you don't stay hold on, I will come on. They can get very me. So,
And one of them two can call me. That one, when she texts me, I don't respond, she will call me. But say, what happened? But you know, I love them because they care about Liberia. And I believe in most of these people more than some politicians. Because I believe politicians, you see, George Weah, let me say this to everybody. George Weah, that big politician. George Weah don't know how to lead. George Weah don't know how to run government. But George Weah politics is all about loyalty. Even if George Weah know that you're nothing, but if you support him, or if you sound like you are supporting him, or George Weah feel like he likes what what he's hearing from you, he follows you every day. He establishes contact with you, and he supports you. And one of the most important things that I say, George Weah is a politician. George Weah can watch all these shows every day. Most other politicians, they barely watch some of these shows. Trust me. They barely watch some of the show. And the reason why some of you are glued to these shows is because you know exactly what people can do on the show. That's why some of you are grateful. A lot of politicians, they don't watch shows. They're too busy to watch the show. Some of them, they don't even know the importance of social media. Some of them don't even know the importance of all these shows. So those of you who are actually here following the show, if we don't, if we don't have a show today, you know it, we don't have a show today. One of my friends called me and blast me. And blasted me, say, "Mama man, how can you do now 2 days now? You're not doing show." I said, "But what happened?" He said, "We are concerned, and I'm calling you now. Answer your phone." They care. A lot of politicians don't care. Whether you do show today, you don't do show for 3 days, for 10 days, for 1 week, for 2 months. Someone that don't even care. They don't even know whether you're having show. I'm just saying. But again, majority of you here, especially the women, you are being insulted and disrespected by seditious for speaking out. I saw it. Nobody told me. I saw it with my own eyes. In fact, in so many occasions, I'll block some people here. When Yasini used to call on the show to talk, they will be telling me, take the woman off, take the woman. They will not stop there. They will insult her. They will use some languages on her. Not only Yasendi. I've seen people insulting that lady called Letty Roberts that used to be on Ashfagali show. I've seen people insulting her. I've blocked some of them here. I've seen a lot of people insulting other women who were speaking truth to power, especially when it comes to the CDC government. Anybody that will criticize them, they used to insult those women every day. And that's how a lot of people, the CDC or CDC created people, even though they don't like each other, but it's called an alliance of common enemy. The people, even though some of them, they don't, they're not like, they don't like each other, sometimes they jealous each other, but yet they still support each other one way or the other because of the insult that they have received are coming to them from seditious. disrespect. They hijacked most of them account. They reported most of their accounts just to shut them off. And I must say this. I'm sorry to my guys. There's guys that are good. There are guys that are committed people. There are guys that have been supporting us, SKTV, through on the cell phones. But I must admit, majority of our supporters are women.
You ready, you?
Yes.
Okay.
Majority of our supporters,
Yes,
there are men that support us. But majority of our supporters have been standing firm with SKTV.
no, me, I still with Adam Jono.
Rain or shine, they're always there. And there are some of them, honestly, that truly believe that SKTV supports commies. Some of them are here for that. But there are vast majority of them, no matter who we criticize, no matter what we say, even we criticize commies, when their friend misbehave, they will call me and say, please don't mind them. We know you're in this thing for Liberia. And we're not supporting you people because of NC or commies. We're supporting you for what you people do for Liberia. You have nothing say some of the things you can be telling me, I can just brush it off. No. Some of the things go a long way with me. Sometimes, even if I don't want to do certain things, I'm gonna think about some of the things where you can say behind the scene. Call us, tell us and say, we don't mind these people. Even don't mind some of our friends, some of our sisters who are angry at anything. Who don't want to hear you criticizing commies or anything about ANC or CPP. Don't mind it. Some of you women will call me and say that to me. Don't mind the people, please. We're doing this for Liberia. And we are supporting you for Liberia. I got a lot of respect for some of you, to be honest with you. Because I believe that you and I are saying it from the same direction. We have a common purpose, and that is to make Liberia better, to make Liberia a better country. So sometimes some of these things, I don't just want to keep it to myself. I have to say it so that people can hear it, so that you can know that everything you have been doing, also the same way you appreciate us. To be honest with you, I appreciate your commitment. When I went to, let me say this again. See, we say when I say blah 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 blah. When I went to Sacramento, when I went to Philadelphia, in the hall, both in Sacramento, California, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the people I saw, the people that dominated those events, whether it's organization, whether it's contributions, are women. It means that you people really, really, really care about Liberia. And you're not doing it with politics. You're doing it with passion and commitment. Honestly. So I would say most of your things, you are doing. Some people will not talk about it. Sometimes we're not talking about it every day. But we care about it. And they don't go unnoticed. We keep track on things, we keep records. And we are appreciative of all of you. Trust me. Not for money. Not for sending $20, $50 here and there. But we appreciate your commitment to the country. Honestly speaking. I wanted to say that, Steve. That's very important.
Well,
there are guys, like I said, there are guys that are very, very good. But the women are more than the men. That is a fact. And I know it. I know women, a lot of women who have been victimized by some of these guys. So some women, Steve, they used to criticize CDC. Someone decided to go off of Facebook because of bullying from these guys. The one that stay on, they can stay come on show and comment, or they can stay half show. I salute them. Because we the men, we can take bullying, we can take attack. can take bullying, can take attack to some extent. But women, God created them like that. They are covered with shame, shyness. Majority of them. If you talk to them in a certain way, they feel embarrassed. If you talk to them in a certain way, the first thing they will do, they will cry. Not because they are weak, but that's the nature. Some women they will cry and then they react later. So that's why intelligent men will treat a woman differently. I'm just telling you the truth. In a positive way. You approach even when a woman and men attack you, you want to reply to them, reply to a man in a harsh tone and reply to a woman in a softer tone. So even if you don't like what she's doing, tell her in a softer tone. She will understand it. But when you blast her in the same way, they will get.
We are promoting Eve Jana today.
No, I'm just being honest, Steve. Sometimes
they will promote Eve Jana today again.
But Allah, no.
I know what's going on.
Yeah, I know. Because I've been around.
I know what's going on. I don't know.
I have been around, Steve.
Let me
tell you something. Back in Liberia, some of the area that I work, I don't want to call it because you can tell me I'm not say something. The area that I've worked, very hostile environment. I know women leadership in some of the area, how they perform well, how they handle things well. But a lot of men take advantage of women because of women, they have some soft spot. Most of them, when they are attacked right away, it takes time for them to really react right away. Some of them are very good at it, but most of them, they are strong, but they will not react right away. Sometimes when anything happens to them first, sometimes they will lose control. Some of them will be temperamental. They will react in a way they're not supposed to. But later on, they will come to themselves and react the right way. For me, I believe anything man can do, a woman can do it. But the only thing is that our natures are different. We, the men and our women, we're not created the same way in terms of nature. But I'm in a man when you tell them something, they will cry before they react. No. So a lot of men, you do it to them, they do it to you. A lot of men will not shy away. If you bully them, they will bully you back. That's why intelligent people, intelligent men will never attack a woman in a certain way, because first of all, they are our mother. Any man you say you're a president and minister that didn't know a woman born in. It's not in any way trying to diminish women or trying to lower the bar for women. No. I'm just telling you, women deserve respect. Women deserve commendation at all times. And they are very strong. And they are the most committed people, more than men. Men can betray more than, do you know, let me say this though. Everybody can do bad things, right? But we the men that can cheat, more than women that can cheat. Steve know that true. Steve know that true. Men, I say women can cheat, but women that can cheat. Maybe if you count the ratio, most men can cheat because women are very, very much committed when they got passions for anything. Especially when a woman is in love, everything they see other men and they're not even nothing. When you see them doing something different, that may be the man you're not correct some kind of way. You are hostile. You don't pay a bill. You don't get their money. You don't make them laugh. But with the men, women can be doing everything, but you stay, you continue, something somewhere, everywhere. So Steve, you're muted. But I just wanted to.
I tell me, I'm going out of a conversation. I just call it. I tell Liberia women are the most beautiful.
Yeah, they are most beautiful, and they are very committed. They are very committed people. Who is this calling me? Oh, hold on. This is like what's up call? Hello.
Hi, Siku, how you doing?
Hey, Ibrahim,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm fine, buddy.
You calling from Norway, right?
Exactly.
Okay, what happened? What's going on? We're about to go now. What's going on with you, my brother?
I know, I just remember, so this is why I try to call. Two incidents occurred in Monrovia today, and I thought it's important that you tell the Liberian people about it.
What is that?
Because normally people say what the opposition doing, when just we have those little things, he wants all of us to put lap on the ground and dance. No, one is Senator DeLong, who his first graduates out from his rehab center. And number two, Chairman Musa Hassan Berete completed his breach in Nimba County. I thought to just to let you know these things are very, very important for Liberian people to know.
Okay. So I don't have enough information on what you're talking about. So I mean,
if you make a follow up, maybe.
Wait. Let me finish now. I want to say thank you for bringing it out. We'll make research on it. We'll check about it. We will check on it and get some facts, and then we'll talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. That would be nice.
Okay.
Thanks for the good work.
Thank you.
Have a nice weekend. Bye.
You too, my brother. That's a man calling from Norway. So Steve.
Yeah. So, Mr. Kana, tomorrow, I might be in and out because we got to do the publicity here for the July 26th. So we might be going to the different churches here. But something I wanted to point out tomorrow, we'll talk a little bit more about the Joseph Yuma Boakai's trip here. Today we just focus on the lamentation of Benin and Europe and the reasons behind it. And so what we are going to do tomorrow, we're going to get into Joseph Boakai's trip here because some things are unfolding and they're changing the stories and the positions. They will adjust to the reality. They're changing the stories and the position. So let them bounce. They can bounce all they want as long as they come back and say the truth that all we're concerned about. All the other extra things are important. So that's it, folks, from my end. Mr. Kana about to get ready to go for that meeting. I know we have the meeting today at 5:36, the general meeting. So I want to go get prepared for the meeting. We're finalizing everything today. But hey, folks, that there. You won't believe it. You don't want to believe it. Let's get we'll know it.
Steve, thank you. Maybe I will just do another 10 minutes and gather here.
Okay, so you'll continue?
Yeah, I will continue for another 10 minutes. I just want to do maybe 2 hours, 30 minutes. You guys are on here for 2 hours, 18 minutes now.
Okay.
I'll just do another 10 minutes and go.
Yeah, I'll follow from the back here because I got to print out some stuff. So let me get ready.
I got you.
Okay.
So yes, I know Steve was talking about a lot of things today. But let me say this to you people. The real politics is about to start. And it's going to start after August 5th. When the campaigning in Liberia is officially open. When the campaign is officially open. This Steve, stay here. Steve, Gwen is saying something here. So she want to show that gossip you want to get involved with her. Steve now go and so we'll talk about it. Steve, let me bring Steve. Or Steve, look here. Steve, something just happened. Gwen say because you left already now, I'm gonna talk about the thing what you say I shouldn't talk about. Steve was still behind the scenes. Steve getting prepared to leave. Oh, that was funny. Gwen, you got me cracking up so bad. Let's talk about the thing that Steve left. Okay. Oh my God. Anyway. Oma say what? Exactly. I missed my Oma call. That's why I hear. I'm still waiting for your call, Oma. Why you didn't call? Say we talk to Tina. Steve now goes. I Gwen Gere used to be involving small. You know, guys say, Papi now go. You can't talk to Tina. But again, you know, I was talking about something. Oh man, this girl is funny. I was talking about the election. You know, when I told you guys that these people are trying to cheat. That day when I was talking about it, some citizens called me. They called my phone back to back while the show was going on. They didn't stop there. They called Steve to tell me to stop talking. Can you imagine? The nerve, the audacity to tell me to stop talking. Because they don't want you to know the truth. They want to cheat. They want to cheat. They are not seeing their way through the election. Believe me, since the 2017 election, CDC never won a lot of elections. Whether it's by-elections, I can give you a clear picture. CDC lost against the CPP with Darrell DeLong in 2019. They said DeLong is a 9-month senator. CDC lost against the CPP in 2020. In a lot of places. Out of 15 counties, you're giving me 1 second. Let me. Somebody came to attack me here. Let me talk to that person first. 1 second, just a second. Let me do this. Why? Let me play Costa thing. Why I do?
Republic of Liberia to prosecute Alexander Benedict Cummings. I hope I have provided that saving lesson. Indeed, we, meaning our party, the ALP, is working with the government of the Republic of Liberia to prosecute Alexander Benedict Cummings. I hope I have provided that saving lesson. Indeed, we, meaning our party, the ALP, is working with the government of the Republic of Liberia to prosecute Alexander Benedict Cummings. I hope I have provided that saving lesson. Indeed, we, meaning our party, the ALP, is working with the government of the Republic of Liberia to prosecute Alexander Benedict Cummings. I hope I have provided that saving lesson. Indeed, we, meaning our party, the ALP, is working with the government of the Republic of Liberia to prosecute Alexander Benedict Cummings. I hope I have provided that saving lesson. Indeed, we, meaning our party, the ALP, is working with the government of the Republic of Liberia to prosecute Alexander Benedict Cummings. I hope I have provided that saving lesson. Indeed, we, meaning our party, the ALP, is working with the government of the Republic of Liberia to prosecute Alexander Benedict Cummings. I hope I have provided that saving lesson. Indeed, we, meaning our party.
Yeah, so yeah, I apologize. It was my daughter that was, you know, she was going to, you know, she needed certain thing from me. So that's it. Let me take this caller. Then I'll go back to what I was saying. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? 267 number. Oh. I think I know what the person was calling. I think this was a private call. I'm sorry. Yes, so you know what I was saying earlier. Imagine the people can be on their various shows. They can be lying. They can be creating fake stories. They can be attacking and here and there. Nobody can tell them what to do or what to say. But somebody having the audacity calling me while I'm on the show, while I'm talking, to actually cut me off, that I should stop talking about or stop leaking their secret. And if I don't pick up calling Steve to call me, even if Steve is not on the show, to talk to me. Oh, Taseku, not to be talking about these things, they're not true, blah, blah, blah. Liberian people have already made up their mind. Liberian people will vote the president one round, blah, blah, blah. In fact, the kind of thing he's talking can cause problem in the country. Oh, that name you call, that one that just, the one of them, but that one is a small one. I'm talking about the BB one. I'm talking about the BB one. I'm talking about the small one. I'm talking about the big one. So, as a matter of fact, I have a get to a point where I have to threaten the person, say the next time you call me and you do this, I will I'll answer your phone and put it on speaker so the people on the show can hear you. I'm talking about the bapla now. I'm talking about the catfish. The BB one. Having the courage to come and tell me not to talk about elections fraud. So, the Election Commission is in Georgia's pocket. They too, they know they have been watched. As a matter of fact, I've had this conversation with one of the, or two of the political leaders in Liberia. I gave them some of the information that we have. And I told them what the government is about to do. They're planning. How do we do it? We talk about them privately. And they promised me that they will make sure they inform the international community, that they will make sure they inform ECOWAS, that they will make sure that the African Union is informed, that they will make sure even the Mano River Union these people think the Liberian people are stupid. But let me remind you again, Joe Weah at his best. Joe Weah did not get any vote more than 38% for president. George Weah, with no coalition, he didn't get 38, more than 30, he didn't get 38%. George Weah with coalition with LPDP and the NPP, George Weah wouldn't get 38%. First round. George Weah, people didn't know about George Weah, that George Weah was incompetent. George Weah didn't get more than 38%. George Weah, people knew that Jowia was not up to the task. But they felt that Jowia had contacts. Jowia didn't get more than 38%. Now Jowia has exposed himself. Jowia has exposed himself. Jowia is incompetent. Jowia got no contact. Jowia know nothing about governance. Jowia doesn't know administration. Instead of leading, Jowia being led by the likes of Nathaniel McGill, Len Eugene Nangbe, and Samuel Toye. Now the Liberian people know that Jowia is now up to the task. Now the Liberian people been voting consistently against George Weah in their party. Most of the time, if you look at the elections after 2017, Jowia have lost. To a point where most of the people that are now in the House of Representatives and the Senate that are affiliates with the CDC did not win as citizens. To tell you that's how bad Liberian people are rejecting George Weah. That idiot that called himself senator that won in Cape Mount, he did not win as CDC. But when he got there because he want to get his share of the pie, he want to get more money. He want to get money directly. He want to be in the same boat of the money eaters. He switched loyalty to CDC. That other idiot from that place called District number 13, they call him Color Green, Flomo, Papi Flomo. When George Weah lifted John Weah's hand, he ran as independent. Right after winning, because he wanted to make his money back, he switched loyalty to CDC. Councilor Jala, CDC was supporting him behind the scene, but CDC was afraid to attach their name to him because he will not lose the election. I'm just giving you clear data, facts. CDC knows they have lost the support of the people, but they're trying to fake it. They're trying to buy their way through. They're trying to cheat their way through. But they don't want me to talk about it. They don't want us to talk about it. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know. (2020) election. There were a lot of people, there were a lot of seats up for grabs. In 15 counties. How many of them did CDC win? Very few. As a matter of fact, majority of the people that switched loyalty to CDC, they won as independents. But they were fake politicians. They were wolf in sheep clothing. They are liars, betrayers. They fool the Liberian people, they fool their constituencies. Told the people that they are now with the CDC. They question the CDC, in fact. But once they are elected, knowing the fact that they are going to be there for 9 years, some of them knowing the fact they're going to be there for 6 years, they care less about the people any longer because they're not going to go back for re-election. That's why they can get involved with the government. They will lie their way through to get a seat, to get elected as independents. Then they will give their loyalty to CDC because they want to make more money, because they know they're not going to be re-elected. So they want to steal as much as they can within the 9 years or 6 years. You see? But besides that, actual vote, they don't have it. All the people can be seen over there, they are seditious. But even that number to say sedition 32%, 33%, that number is no longer accurate. CDC will have less than 30% in the first round. Believe me. Number one, Georgia was everything. They were getting 33%. Now Georgia have failed the people. You still think they still have 33%? I don't think so. With the kind of raped in the country, children being raped on a daily basis, the black people will still vote for George Weah with that 33%. People being killed, people's family being killed mysteriously with no proper investigation. You think people are stupid? People are suffering, going to sleep hungry. But you think they will still vote for George Weah? Do you know how many seditions are disenchanted? We all know, no, you're not stupid here. The number of sedition that used to be on Facebook, attacking people, insulting everybody, that number have reduced tremendously. And we know it. That number reduced big time. CDC, if the CDC get 30% in the first round of this election, I'll be surprised. 30%. The people are afraid to even put their name to candidates because they know they will be rejected. You know why Joe know that things are no longer the same? When Joe put John Weah hand up, in protest, they voted against John Weah and voted that Peking, who couldn't even give his victory speech. Amen. Those are the people representing Liberia, calling themselves representative, calling themselves honorable. I'm sorry for my country. I'm seriously sorry for Liberia. Oh, what happened? My light, one of my light went off. I can't even go now. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. But one of my light went off. So I think I got to go now. I wanted to tell you about certain thing, but it's late now. My light, the other light went off. I don't want to leave the camera to go face light here. So we'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk tomorrow. We'll end the conversation tomorrow, okay? Yeah, good night. The light went off, and then the main light is on, but the light for the show is now on. It just went off. Yeah, but we'll be here tomorrow. We'll give you more information. But I know the government of Liberia, they want to cheat. They want to cheat. But yes, people have been informed, and people are making sure that it will not happen. And we'll make sure anything they plan, anything we know, we'll tell you. Now hear that. Now hear that. People and they are bad people, man. And then before I even go, they got here Costa. When Costa tell you, say, we, me, us, we are working with the Liberian government to prosecute Alexander Cummings. As we speak, they're still working with the Liberian government to defeat the opposition. They got here. Sure. Okay. You know why I play this video? Tomorrow, Prince Johnson's audio and video, I'll play some of it tomorrow to remind the people of Nimba County what Prince Johnson thinks of Joseph Nimba Boakai. And those of you who are supporting Prince Johnson despite his record, I will play a video tomorrow where Prince Johnson is talking about the reason why they are supporting Joseph Boakai. They are supporting Joseph Boakai is for the presidency to go to Jeremiah Kung. He, Prince Johnson, can be the decision maker for Liberia. We'll play that video tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow. And yeah. Seriously. It's crazy.
Luti ke baba Korea ay ramina la de maya de labi Luti ke baba Korea ba ay ramina la de maya de labi Kwani saya ramita la na te diara lubi hallelujah gigi lady Saya ramita la na te diara lubi hallelujah gigi lady Dunia ni aligia matin tunya loro awakabade ya buya sina Imae kono ya gikela yiri bolonnedi yiri temo gigi didioro sobo ya gikela ula baledi ula temo gigi difa moni fiya gikela wolo dennedi deye mo gigi ledi dunia ni hali giamata tuyandoro anyi silamba de na dunia Timiri isorotu mama inani fali mabubula Timiri moya tu mama irakili lagi mademe naye Timiri koroya tu mama ibade bandu di madula fikanagina ikanagina ila bango koni jomi la balo bade yale mo mademe na Koba savali dunyaro Wole bade ya do salale Koba savali dunyaro Wole bade ya do tununale Mosoko Nima nyumba soro ye bade ya do salale Nafuluko Nima kenkilila ye bade ya do tununale Duko kuma Naluma ke konya adala bankele maubake bedi warangini awusumangi kabade ya bunya sinebi Imaela dia kabulo diako Koni beni lo dia libade yaro Sidi akabono diako Koni beni lo dia le bade yaro Bade yato no kabo Bade yakadi Kasilamba dengani na illa. Anye bade ya buya sine, tonya e bade ya liro kafo. Anye bade ya buya, ala yere bade ya lefe. Kabade ya buya sine, moya e bade ya liro tonya. Anye bade ya buya, mo bade bali ma demena. Kuma. Na monifia e sababu le kone kele. Ni fora yana jonye kele. Lagine kaluna karifala dutuna kele. Sangara kaluna karifala. Kumani kuna kaluna karifala tununa. Kukumani bantama yani kama siga. Fadi maduzula de suma worokande. Love bedi la londo. Singani ke modenke. Yazana kuruma denke. Kamara muso sabakele, gelike mo kantefa, mbalu kantefa, ferma kantefa, ila kele, tuya fola lukara mo ni papa digele. Kukumani bantamba, nyani kama siga, fadi maduzula de sumauro, ibe makiba, bila silalima, kwani mana mo kana ben silado kwani na sumauro, ila o papa ila. Setana ba mo mi lo kujukela ibade mala. Setana mulilla ya rabila bade nyale tunya bade nyala fisa bade mo bade ma demenna. Ali fenti bolo ibade male.